Members of All Progressive Congress APC Transition Committee for Okpebholo and Idausa government don't present the results of their long meetings with the outgoing government transition team. The event shele for Viewpoint Hotel for Okpebholo Road, Benin City on Monday, November 11, 2024. The event get plenty ogbonge political people wey include Governor-elect Senator Monday Okpebholo, National Leader of APC for Edo State Senator Adams Oshiomhole, State Chairman of APC Emperor Jared Tinubu, Edo State Deputy Governor Right Honorable Comrade Philip Shaibu, members of the Transition Committee and stakeholders for Edo APC. The purpose of the presentation are to give one full report with important recommendations to help make the incoming government run smoothly. Honorable Pius Odubu, Chairman of the Transition Committee, present and read out the 24-page report on behalf of the committee members. Some of the major recommendations we then put for the report now to review some key institutions like Central Hospital, Stella Obasanjo Hospital, and Edo State Central Bank of Nigeria, among others. The committee can yarn the governor-elect say make sure say in review the recommendations well and use the advice to improve the state.
This occasion is the formal presentation of the report of the Edo State 2024 Transition Committee to His Excellency Distinguished Senator Monday Okpebholo, aka Akpakomeza. The report itself is about 24 pages, while the annexures are about 800 pages. We hope that Mr. Governor would find time to go through. On the 14th of October 2024, the party set up a transition committee made up of 25 members under my leadership to interface with the outgoing government for a seamless transition. The transition committee was specifically given some terms of references drawn from a broad spectrum of issues that will guide the committee in the course of executing its assignment. After 3 weeks of rigorous assignment, meetings, interactions, engagements, and analysis of the document presented to the committee, we are proud to present to Your Excellency our report based on our findings after a careful examination and analysis of the official document received from the outgoing government's transition team. Your Excellency, it will interest you to know that the report being presented to you this afternoon derived from our collective input during the several sessions we had as a team. We did not just carefully examine the 5 thematic pillars as presented by the government transition team. We took time to look at other information availed the committee through our interactions with relevant stakeholders in the state. We had robust meetings with the Nigerian Police and the Department of State Security with a view to having first-hand information on the challenges and opportunities facing this important segment of our population in the course of deepening governance across the state. Our perspectives, recommendations, and suggestions are well captured in this report as a work in progress that could further be expanded to a more detailed and path-finding effort to arrest the truth. Your Excellency, sir, what we are presenting to you in this report is a summary of all the engagements and interactions during the course of our assignment. We are proud to state that you find these recommendations meaningful and resourceful in the course of charting a new roadmap that will signpost a new dawn in Edo State. The issues involved are not only mutually exclusive, but will form a strong basis to understanding the status reports of our DST. A snippet of some of the recommendations will suffice. For instance, we recommended a complete review of all the memoranda on the management of Central Hospital, of Central and Stella Obasanjo hospitals. We also recommended that the local and foreign debt of the state must be accounted for. By their own presentation, it stood at 410 billion naira, as against the 55 billion they made in 2016. For those of you who have capacity to fact check, you find that the indebtedness today is much more higher than that. It's about 500 and something billion naira. All employment carried out in recent times should be reviewed. 4, the governor should investigate the true ownership of the Oshomo power plant and Redison Blue Hotel. The same with Museum of West African Art, MOWA. Edo people deserve to know the state equity in these companies as the outgoing government went blank on this inquiry. 5. A comprehensive review of the World Bank-funded Edo-Best program was also recommended, while a probe should be instituted to uncover its rather opaque operations. 6. All major contracts issued or entered into by the Edo State government under Ministry of Roads and Bridges should be reviewed as they appear not to have followed due process, including the payment advance awarded to the contractors. 7. The state-owned procurement agency. I want Mr. Governor to listen to this. 7. Asterix. The state-owned procurement agency indicted the outgoing government in its report to the Transition Committee. Hence, we recommend the governor should take a critical review. His own committee of the agency on procurement indicted this government heavily as not following due process in the award of contract. So we implore the governor to look critically at that number. 8. The ICT ecosystem should be streamlined as there appears to be duplications of duties. 9. The outgoing government didn't provide audited financial statement, published or unpublished. Hence, the committee is recommending to the incoming government to institute an inquiry into this. 10. The outgoing government couldn't account for the numbers of teachers in the state. Hence, we recommended a proper teacher head count. Appreciation and conclusion. Mr. Governor, permit me to use this medium to express our profound appreciation to you for deeming us worthy of carrying out this onerous responsibility, especially the confidence reposed in us, both individually and collectively. Mr. Comrade, sir, the comment further deepen our knowledge about the 8-year administration of the outgoing government. It is pertinent to note that Edo State has very rich opportunities and potential to become one of the top 5 states in Nigeria if transparency, accountability, and probity are carefully applied in the course of government. We are not just proud of your victory to lead this state in the next 4 years, we are indeed proud to be part of the process. Your Excellency, find time to go through this report as you commence the process of leading our dear state in the next 4 years. Suffices to say that the committee, after a very thorough consideration of the documents and information from the government team, made some very cogent, valuable, important recommendations in this report that it felt very necessary going forward. I have confidence that your tenure will usher in a new lease of life in the lives of the average Edo. We wish you all the best in this onerous task of creating new conversations around accountable governance in our shared commitment to taking Edo State to new heights. Indeed, a new Edo is right. Thank you and God bless you.
Mr. Governor-elect, on behalf of the committee, I hereby present to you this document, firstly the speech of the chairman of the committee, to the summary of our report, and the announcement. We wish you very much.
For in response, the governor-elect Senator Monday Okpebholo cultural salute to the transition committee members and said the information they provide will help guide the new government well.
I'm going to find this information very useful, and I'm going to work with them. Once again, thank you very much. God bless you.
The Secretary of the Transition Committee, Patrick Iharale, can wrap up the event by thanking the governor-elect for the chance to serve for the committee and said though they faced some challenges during the process, but the committee still reached one solid and productive conclusion.
Let me say that the committee, like you have been told, did a thorough job, and we have arrived at a conclusion that led to the report that has been presented by no other person but the chairman of this committee, His Excellency Right Honorable Pius Egberame Odubu. The journey started on the 17th when these members of this committee had an inaugural meeting. By the next day, the 18th, we had a joint meeting of our committee and that of the outgoing government. Unfortunately, later that day, the press was awash with tales that can be described as tales by moonlight, because issues that were related to the press were matters that never, came up in the course of deliberation. But what led to that was simply because this committee, in its attempt to reach a reasonable conclusion, demanded 4 documents. And we did say that we needed those documents, both hard copies and soft copies. By the grace of God, after a couple of days, I think sanity prevailed and we were able to do what we needed to do when they complied with some of our requests. The bottom line is that we got some of the things we needed, and that somewhat gave us the privilege, opportunity, and gave sufficient insight into what we did. I want to say, like the chairman has already said, that the report itself is self-explanatory, and the facts are there. Part of the challenges we are going to have, or we saw, is the inconsistencies that came from certain figures that we are given. And by the grace of God, I believe the incoming governor, would have time to do the needful and justice to the report that has been presented.
After the report presentation, they come snap some pictures to mark the event. For one talk session with the APC State Chairman Emperor Jared Tinebe, Income shared some of the party's plan for the upcoming inauguration of the new government, wey go shele on Tuesday, November 12, 2024 for Samuel Okpebholo Stadium for Benin City.
Every preparation is in top gear. And by tomorrow, Edo State will witness the handing over to a new government. And Edo will start experiencing good things from tomorrow. So the preparations are in top gear, everything is in order. You can see that I came a little bit late here because I was at the stadium to ensure that many things are put in place. So everything is going on well.
Make una no forget say, as we see am, na so we dey talk am. We no dey take blame. From Benin City, Ekata Ojisole, TMC TV News.